Hey everyone, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Oz Chris, here with a review of Adventures of the Super Sons, number 2, the second issue in this 12-issue maxi series. And I gotta say, I definitely love this. I love this cover. I'm sorry, Jorge Jimenez. I know I liked your other cover as well, but I definitely like this cover. It's by Dan Mora, I believe. And if you don't know, he was also doing the art for Go-Go Power Rangers over at Boom Studios. I definitely like the art in that series as well. So I definitely had to get this cover, although it was the only cover that the comic book store I go to has. I'm not sure if there was variants for this as well, because usually they always have the variants for DC as well, but who knows. But look, who can I complain? I still get the story regardless of the cover, and definitely so far the story is definitely great. So the basic summary of this is that, continuing off from issue 1, Superboy has been depowered by this whole new kind of like kid in Justice League. It's been a while. I need to check back on their name, but we'll just say kid in Justice League, essentially. Like how they're the super sons or super villains, actually, yeah, or the super son villains. Kid in Justice League sounds better. We'll go with Kid in Justice League. So Superboy has been depowered by the Kid in Justice League, and we get a little bit more of their backstory, how initially these kid versions of supervillains got together, why they want. It's their initial reasoning why they want to fight the Super Sons and what they actually want from them, especially from Superboy, considering his lineage, his Kryptonian heritage. And there's more that meets the eye with this new villain team. And it's definitely a good issue. Art, as always, is amazing. I definitely enjoyed the art, and sorry, it's definitely a fun. It is a fun series. Super Sons has always been a fun series, and it is good to get them back within this. I really had no kind of problems with this issue. Like I said, I enjoyed it. It's a fun issue. I like the Super Sons. It's a series that didn't need to be cancelled. It didn't need to end. I could still see it continuing. There was a lot of love and want for Super Sons, but it's still, even after its unfortunate cancellation, its ending, we're still getting Super Sons with the Adventures of the Super Sons. And I'm interested to see how this is going to be spread out to 12 issues, because already with this second issue, it seems like the plot is advanced a bit, depending on how the next few issues go. This gives off that it should be at least probably a 6-issue miniseries, or I don't know, until we get more solicits. It could be possibly there's just two stories each, 6 issues each, or various number of issues each. But regardless, it's a great series. It's a fun series. If you haven't picked up Adventures of the Super Sons, definitely. The art, as always, like I said, it's great. It's good to see Damian and John back together, now facing off against a kid in Justice League. Like I said, I know that's not the actual name, but go with Kid in Justice League, and we get a little bit more from these villains, these kid versions of the villains, like Lex and Joker Jr. You get a lot more behind Joker Jr.'s his reasoning for being part of this team. Hopefully we get a little bit more from the other ones, the Shaggy Boy, Ice Princess, and the kid version of Deadshot. What was his name? Is his name in here? Who cares? Anyway, but hopefully we get a little bit more out of them, their whole reasoning. essentially in this issue, it explains, like, it gives just a short reasoning to why they decided to become a team and what their intentions are, and pretty much it's essentially, it's just they grew up watching the Earth's history of all the superheroes and supervillains, and it's essentially just decided, well, it looks like they've already got kid versions of the superheroes. They need to have villains. They love chaos, they love terror, they love being evil. So they feel it's what I got from it. They feel like there has to be the opposite. It's like you can't have good without evil. You can't have life without death. There must always be there must always be the balance, and this is their way of kind of showing that balance. And at least that's what I get from my interpretation. But who cares about who cares if there's a deep moral meaning to it? It's a fun series. Definitely pick it up if you haven't already. Pick up Adventures of the Super Sons. It's amazing. And that's it for the review. Leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Leave a comment on your thoughts about the series as well, or anything I managed to miss. Check out my Twitter if you want to. I don't do a lot in it, but if you want to follow me on Twitter, go right ahead. And check out any of my previous videos if you haven't already. And I will see you all next time.